G'day, welcome to On the Road. My name's Scott Gibbons, and On the Road is your show. It's a show where we travel, we go all around this great nation of ours. We talk about caravans, we talk about motorhomes, we talk about tents, places we can go, places we can see, places we can enjoy, and it's just a fun show. So if you're ready to go on the road, I'm ready to go on the road. Let's go on the road together. Here we go. G'day, Jaclyn Bold, and Jaclyn has a company called Bold TCRC, which is... You tell them what TCRC is, Jaclyn, because everyone looks at that and says, gee, what does it mean?
Hey Scott, and thanks for having me. And Bold TCRC is Bold Trailer and Caravan Repair Centre. So the TCRC, Trailer and Caravan Repair Centre.
Isn't that clever? So there are things that people should know about. What about insurance?
Insurance is a great topic because unfortunately when things go wrong, they often really go wrong. Sometimes it's a little bingle or a little praying, maybe someone ran into you. Other times you've left the awning out to go into the town you're staying near and the wind whips through and, there goes the awning. Unfortunately, customers have had that happen and it's a brand new awning and it's still happened. And other times can be full-on catastrophes. Trees coming down in hailstorms, hail damage, caravan rollovers. It can go from a very little praying, storms, hail damage, caravan rollovers, it can go from a very little praying and an annoyance right through to a big accident.
A disaster.
A real disaster.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what things should people be aware of when they're doing insurance?
Sure. When you're buying your insurance, don't just go on price. Really read the policy. And I know none of us love reading those 500 pages of tiny print, but it's the devil in the detail that gets you. And sometimes just going for the cheapest means you're actually not covered for a lot of things you just assumed you should be covered for.
Oh, seriously?
Seriously, and customers have been caught out. They put their claim in and they think they're covered, to be told no, they're not. They're not, either because of the time of the year or where they went or what they were doing.
What sort of things would they not be covered for that you would think that they're covered for, that somebody thinks that's normal, I'd be covered for that, but they're not be covered for that you would think that they're covered for, that somebody thinks that's normal, I'd be covered for that, but they're not?
Yeah, look, so a lot of people assume anything to do with if it's a caravan, anything to do with their caravan is covered by their policy, but some policies don't cover awnings. The majority do, but there are a handful that don't.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Oh no.
Also with some other accessories that you pop on, sometimes you're not covered for the accessories you add to the caravan. Now, it might be bolted onto it and fixed onto it and it's well and truly part of the caravan now, but it's not part of your policy. And some of these accessories and toys that we like to put on our caravans are quite expensive, they're a pretty penny. Make sure that your policy covers you.
So would that be what, bike racks?
Could be bike racks, could be even things like solar.
Oh no.
Some essential things, but perhaps they were an aftermarket. You've really got to be careful of your policy. You've also got to be careful of choice of repairer, and a lot of insurance have to pay more for.
You pay additionally
You have to
be able to have the right to choose who repairs.
Correct. So you have to opt in rather than opt out. They automatically opted everybody out, and customers get caught. And my grandmother herself got caught with it on her car. So it's on cars as well as caravans and campers and horse floats and boat trailers and everything else. So really look at your policy and ask and make sure when you get it to check that you've got choice of repairer. The reason being, you want to choose where you want to go to get something fixed, whether it's your own mechanic or your own caravan repair centre coming to us, going to, someone that you've done all your family vehicles for the last however many years. You want to know that you can choose to go locally and to someone you trust.
By golly, I don't know of anyone that knows that knows that they've been opted out.
It's
Unfortunately
unfortunately
knows that they've been opted out.
It's unfortunately a lot of the insurance companies and the majority have done this. Not all, but please read your policies and please double check. And if you find you're not, it's a simple phone call to them saying, please put it on my policy, paying a little bit more. It's usually not very much more at all either, but it gives you the right to choose your repairer and not have to go to the insurance company owned smash repairer.
Right. Which means that You don't have the choice.
You've got no choice. No choice of who or how it gets repaired.
Yeah.
No choice of getting multiple quotes or having multiple conversations to see what you want or how it could be done. You just get sent to the insurance company's repairer how and when they say to.
Yes. Yeah. Good point. Good. I'll be checking mine tonight.
It's also another way that there's a lot of people like to support independent mechanic repairers, small local family businesses. The majority of them, they're not insurance company owned. They haven't been bought out by insurance companies.
Yes.
So it's another way that you're keeping the industry fair.
Yes.
And keeping choice and options within the industry, because it's a little bit like the little guy against the insurance company.
Yes.
It really is. And the little guy helps keep the insurance company playing fair.
Wow. Well, that's just, of all the things that we get to learn,
It's mind-boggling.
that's a huge one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was in the same category. The insurance company I'm insured with my cars, I pay by the month. It just rolls over every year. You just keep paying by the month. You get your letter every year that says, the next year's here. Here's what we're going to insure your vehicle for. And the next thing, I happened to sit down and read it and discovered they had opted me out without my permission of choosing my own repairer. And as an independent repairer, I am very passionate about small business, family business, independent businesses, and people being able to choose
Yes.
who touches their belongings.
Because you can build up a relationship with a repairer, a mechanic,
You do.
whatever it be, where you know that you can ring them up and say what's happening, and you know that you're going to be looked after, but if it's out of your control, then it's out of your control.
And this goes Australia-wide. This isn't just a New South Wales thing. There's mum and dad owners of caravans and campers all around the country, and if you really appreciate and value and are confident in the person who's doing your regular servicing and your bearing changes or any little tinkering that needs doing
And you're
to
knowing
it.
that the calibre of parts that are going in are the good calibre of parts,
Exactly, and no corners are getting cut because
Yes.
they're not working to a price. They've quoted to repair it properly.
Good point. So, in essence, read the policy.
Read the policy, make sure that everything you want to be covered for is on that policy. Make sure there's no downtimes, no exclusions for if you drive on grass, or sometimes there's really random things in the policy.
And that your awning's covered.
And that your awning's covered, your
And the
accessories
accessories
are
are
covered,
covered.
that you're covered when it's hooked onto your car, and that you're covered when it's not connected to your car. Sometimes that sneaks in there as well. So when you unhook at the caravan park, sometimes some policies you're not covered. Don't get me started on that one.
Oh dear.
Right? Fine print. It's not about the price. And make sure that if you are passionate about being able to choose who touches your pride and joy to fix it, make sure you have choice of independent repairer.
All right. Now, if you want an independent repairer, then you can talk to Bold Trailer and Caravan Repair Centre. Their phone number, just get your pencil and write this down. It's 8544 8114. That's 14. That's 8544 8114. It's a 02 number. They're down in Caringbah, which is just south of Sydney. Fabulous, fabulous people. Thank you, Jaclyn. That was just too terrific. And if you don't check your insurance policy and something goes wrong, then as Peter Allen says, don't cry out loud. So Peter Allen's going to come along, don't cry out loud. But in the meantime, make a note. Check your insurance policy so you know that you are covered. All right, here's Peter Allen. Back soon.